Hello and welcome into the 2022 Heart of America Athletic Conference Men's Volleyball Media Day. I'm your host today. My name is Jillian Carroll out of Wichita, Kansas. I'm the host of Good Day Kansas on KSN-TV, but today talking all things about the Heart. So very excited to bring in head coach at Mount Mercy. This is Austin Filer. Coach, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, so we're really excited to hear just kind of how you're feeling about the upcoming season. You know, at Mount Mercy, you've played a couple of roles there, obviously as former assistant on the women's side, now moving into head coach for the men's side. Just tell me a little bit about how you're feeling for the upcoming season.
I think at the beginning of the year, it's always kind of a scary and exciting time. When I was with the women's program, we left with a team that ended at the national tournament, and we're starting this men's season up, trying to kind of get to be the first team in history to make it on the men's side now. So it's exciting time, but as a coach, you're always scared about kind of the worst possible situations and kind of looking to see if you can avoid some of those as well.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about how preseason is going, how practices and workouts been.
It's always a challenging time with COVID, but we're trying our best to have our guys focus on their schoolwork, stay strong in the classroom, stay healthy on and off of the court. And we're fortunate that we've got a couple injuries that we're working with right now, but the majority of our core is strong and ready to go this Friday for our first home game.
Yeah, this Friday, which is right around the corner. So just tell me, what are your goals for that match and how ready do you feel?
Yeah, I think we want to see what we've got. We're going to throw a lot of bodies on the court. We're going to try to see kind of what everyone brings to the table, provide a lot of opportunities for guys and see who can kind of help us with our heart opener. It's always a fun one to start off against the #1 team in the country at their place. So we're going to find out real quickly Friday and Tuesday kind of who we are as a team, what we're about, and find out who can help us and kind of what we need to work on.
Yeah, is that almost a blessing to kind of just go to the top right away, start off strong with that?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we talk about in our gym is not being scared to have failure. And I think at the beginning of the year, you want to test your program out. You want to see what your guys are capable. That's the level that we want to be at. That's the place that we want to be at some point in time. So we look at it as a blessing to play inside of the Heart, obviously the toughest conference in the country, and playing against some of the top teams. #1 obviously is a fantastic place to be. So we're going to find out right away what we need to work on and where we want to be.
Yeah, it's almost a tool in itself, you know, to start off that way. Let's break down the team. Tell me a little bit about some key players you're returning and what they bring to the court.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got both of our outsides returning. Evan Gasco was a first team all conference player. He's a 5th-year senior this year. Scott Buros, who's a sophomore that started for us as an outside at the as a freshman. Ryan Tilkins was an all conference player in the middle. And then we did graduate Ben Steffen, who was a former All-American in the middle, but we've got a senior, Quinn Miller, that's kind of ready to jump in. We've got an opposite from Brazil, Lucas Rabula, who we think might have a big impact on the season come up. And our starting setter, Rafael Vieira, is back from last year. Our libero, Tiago Almeida, is back from last year. So we've got a big core that's returning and some kind of fresh faces that we're excited to see. Jack Stark was an All-American at his last school, and he's transferred in to kind of compete for a setting position as well. So we're excited to see kind of where our guys are at and what they bring to the court.
Yeah, for sure. It's always nice to have that internal competition, right, within the team. How do you as a coach kind of foster that culture and keep that as kind of, you know, front of mind in a competition, in a conference as competitive as the Heart?
Absolutely. I think we think that iron sharpens iron. So I think that's true in the Heart. When you see 5 of the top 15 teams in the country are coming from our conference, that obviously is from the day in, day out competition that comes from such a grinding schedule that we have. And we want the same thing inside of our practice gym. We're bringing in guys that want to work hard, want to compete, and we're embracing that inside of our practice gym, understanding that we're going to play the best teams in the country, whether or not we want to or not. So we might as well work hard in the practice gym, beat up on each other a little bit. That way we're ready for those games.
Yeah, that is incredible. How would you describe the style in which you play at Mount Mercy?
Yeah, we want to play fast. I think in prior years, we've been a little bit slower in some of our tempos. And this year we're going extremely fast to the pins. We're trying to create kind of a struggle for the opposing team to know kind of where we're at. I think we've been a little bit one-dimensional at times with having some great players and giving them the ball a lot. And we think we have 5 or 6 hitters this year that we can really spread and distribute out and kind of create some stress on the opposing block as well. So we're excited to see kind of what that looks like and how fast we can actually go and kind of the speed we can get to see if other teams can maybe play our tempo of volleyball as well. So
Yeah, very exciting there. In regards to style, I just have to ask, is there a big difference between the women's game and the men's game, and specifically maybe at Mount Mercy, being that you've been a part of both teams?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the women's program always does such a fantastic job of some of the technical elements of the sport. Their ability to learn those and really be proficient in those is really impressive. And then the pure just athleticism that you see on the guys' side is kind of impressive as well. So I think by coaching a little bit of everything in my career, and the women's side and the men's side, it's probably made me a little bit stronger as a coach and learn a lot. So we're excited to kind of bring in a little bit more technical element than maybe what we've had in the past. And then, gosh, some of those guys get up there and jump so high, it's just fun to sit back and watch sometimes as well. So
Yeah, that is interesting though. I think you have a couple of extra tools in your toolkit there, being that you have different perspectives with it. I think it's really cool. Describe life for a student athlete at Mount Mercy University in Cedar Rapids.
yeah, so we're definitely a close-knit campus. So by being a school of only about 1,500 set in a residential area, kind of overlooking downtown, it creates kind of an atmosphere where I think people that come to the Hill really kind of look at it and they embrace like the team first atmosphere, the family atmosphere. We kind of always joke that there's going to be someone that's going to invite you to their house for Thanksgiving inside of our faculty. And if you have a flat tire, someone's going to stop over and help you out and things like that, that I don't think always exist everywhere in the world. So it's a fun place to be. It's an exciting place to be. And there's really a family atmosphere, which is the reason why I was so excited to have this opportunity to get back to Mount Mercy and kind of say, hey, this is a place I've always wanted to be. I've always wanted to be a head coach here. So tremendous opportunity and something that I'm so excited to be a part of this year.
Very cool. Coach Filer, sounds like you are well on your way to a successful season. You've got everything planned out, ready to go. We are wishing you the best. And just thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Go Stanks.